The final joke of Annette and Bob. A clown-filled nightmare with a heart-stopping end. Bob had always been afraid of clowns. Whenever he heard the laughter coming from the circus, he almost panicked and ran for the hills. He remembered the nightmares he had about clowns and being chased by them when he was a child. One night, Bob and his wife Annette were out for a walk in their neighborhood. As they walked, Bob noticed a figure in the distance, dressed in colorful clothes and wearing a clown's mask. He grabbed Annette's arm and started to walk faster, but the figure kept getting closer. Bob could feel his heart pounding as the figure moved closer. Annette started to whisper to him, saying that it was only a prank and the figure was probably just a prankster in a costume. Bob, however, was not so sure. He kept walking faster, even though the figures seemed to be gaining on them. Finally, they reached the safety of their home and Bob quickly shut the door. He stood there in the dark, trying to catch his breath and quell the fear in his heart. Annette asked why he was so scared, but he couldn't answer. Suddenly, they heard a loud bang and Bob frantically ran to the window. To his horror, the clown was standing at their doorstep, staring right at him with its painted face. Bob and Annette scrambled to figure out what to do and how to protect themselves. Bob rushed to the kitchen and grabbed a knife, while Annette ran upstairs to get her cell phone. Bob wanted to call the police, but the clown had already reached the doorstep. He was terrified, but he was determined to protect Annette. Bob opened the door and stepped out. He approached the clown steadily and pointed the knife at it, ready to use it if he had to. The clown seemed amused by the display and started to laugh. The laugh was eerie and filled Bob with dread. Bob yelled at the clown, demanding to know what it was doing there, but it just kept laughing. Bob shouted louder, but still, the clown kept its eerie laughter. Suddenly, it started to move forward, and Bob instantly felt a chill run down his spine. He could feel his heart racing and he was sure that the clown would attack them. But then, Annette screamed from upstairs, and the clown stopped. It turned around quickly and ran away. Bob and Annette were soon surrounded by police officers, who had been called by Annette. When they asked Bob to describe the clown, he said he couldn't remember what it looked like. He had been too scared to notice. The police searched the area, but they never found the clown. Bob and Annette were left with a lingering fear, trying to make sense of what had happened. Months after the incident, Bob was having trouble sleeping. He was constantly haunted by visions of the clown, and the dread he felt when it approached them. He would lie awake for hours, trying to make sense of what had happened. One night, Bob heard a loud thumping noise coming from downstairs. He crept to the stairs and peered down. To his horror, the clown was standing in their living room, staring at him. It was still wearing the same mask and costume, and it was even more terrifying than before. Bob ran back to his bedroom, where Annette was shaking with fear. He told her that the clown had come back. Without a word, they grabbed a few things and fled the house. Bob and Annette were so shocked and horrified that they never looked back. They eventually moved away and tried to start over, but the terror of that night never left them. To this day, Bob still wakes up in a cold sweat, thinking of the clown and its eerie laughter. He never knew why it had come to their house, and the mystery has still not been solved. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and tell us what you think in the comments. And of course, don't forget to subscribe.